Hello, this is Dave Stringham with Paramount Property Management and Realty. We are a property management company here in the Phoenix metro market, and we primarily manage single-family homes, condominiums, townhomes, and multifamily apartments. Today I want to talk to you real quickly about a real great opportunity you have during the leasing process to get to know your tenants and set the tone of the lease right up front, and that's during the move-in, orientation, and inspection process. This is the one and only time that you have to really meet one-on-one with the tenants and give them direct instructions, to give them your office policies and procedures and doctrine, and to really get to know them and to understand and get them to understand what they're buying into. Many times the tenants will just go in and, yeah, give me the lease, and they're in a rush, they just want to sign it. Don't let that happen. At that point, you definitely want to just slow things down and make sure they understand completely their responsibilities and duties under the terms of the contract. So, first of all, you go through the terms of the contract, make sure they understand all their obligations and their duties, their responsibilities, who takes care of the landscape, the pool, if something breaks down. Instruct them on the work order process, about emergency procedures, who they contact after hours, how they submit work orders, and all that, and so they have a clear understanding of what and how to take care of issues when they come up, and how to contact your office in various ways, either direct contact to the office, emergency lines, email, online, tenant portal, a number of different ways that they can contact the office and submit work orders or comments. The other thing is to instruct them very clearly on the rent payment process, when the rent is due, how to make the payment, what provisions and locations are provided for them where rent can be paid on time, and if they don't pay on time, what the consequences are: late charges, legal notice fees, eviction processing, and all that goes very quickly. So they're not surprised if they don't happen to get their rent payment paid timely. Also explain to them the work order or the move-in inspection form process. Go through the house, take a couple weeks to check everything out in the property, note the condition of the property at the time you move in, and submit that to the office. That protects their security deposit when they move out, so that they're not hit for charges or charged for things that were pre-existing in the property. It's not a work order form. It's not a work order list or a hit list of repairs they would like to see done. It's simply a condition of the property at the time they move in, so that when they vacate, we can resurrect it and look at it again and compare that with the move-out inspection of the property as well. And you should encourage them to take photos if they'd like to for their own archives. Make sure that they have all of the keys, remote controls, access cards, everything necessary to operate the property correctly. Instruct them on the major shutoff systems for the property, such as the main water, hot water heater, breaker box, and how those things operate. If there's a pool, where the pool shutoff is, things of that nature, so that if there's an emergency, they can go directly to those items and shut them off, so that there's not additional damage to the property. This is the one time you have to really get to know the tenant one-on-one, and if you get a vibe that they're not going to be very cooperative or be a great tenant in the property, don't be afraid to walk away and say, hey, let's not do this lease. We're not going to do this lease. We've had too many experiences in the past where a tenant comes in and begrudgingly signs the lease agreement, and then for 12 months it's been nothing but a terrible tenant relationship and terrible tenant situation, because they're argumentative. They just already are that negative tenant. So even though they've been approved for the application, right up until the time that they sign that lease can be walked away from if that tenant is not cooperative. By signing the lease, you're going over these things. You're actually telling the tenant, are you in full agreement with the terms of this contract? And if not, let's not do this lease agreement. You don't want to necessarily give them an out, but if you see that they're not going to be a good tenant situation, it's to your best interest to just walk away and not do it. Well, my name is Dave Stringham with Paramount Property Management and Realty. If we could be of further help, we'd love to help you and answer any questions you may have. Thanks for your time today.